Hello and welcome to the Traybakes and More cooking channel. I'm Callie and today I'm making another classic no-bake tray bake. This is Malteser Squares. Very simple, very straightforward, mixing wet ingredients with dry ingredients into your tin, let it set, slice it up. It's just digestives, Maltesers, chocolate, syrup and butter. Malteser Squares. Right, there is very little to do today in terms of preparation. It's a no-bake tray bake, so all I've done is to line my tray bake tin with some baking parchment. Just helps removal in the end when everything is set. And then the first step is to work with our wet ingredients, which is just chocolate, butter and golden syrup. I'm using milk chocolate. You can use dark chocolate if that's what you prefer. I have some golden syrup here. If you can't get hold of that, use maple syrup or honey. All I'm going to do is put these into the saucepan over a low heat. Just melt them all together gently until everything is combined, and then we'll get on with the dry ingredients. So just one little tip, if you're having trouble getting your syrup off your spoon and you don't want to spend ages scraping at it, just a little bit of oil on the spoon will make the syrup just slide straight off. So onto the stove with these. Right, so while my chocolate, syrup and butter are melting on the stove, I'm preparing my dry ingredients, which is just digestive biscuits and Maltesers. Simple as that. If you can't get digestives, if you're in the US like me and you can't get digestives, use graham crackers. If you can't get Maltesers and you're in the US, you can use Whoppers. These are actually Whoppers rather than Maltesers. My local supermarket does sell Maltesers, but in small bags, so I got some bigger boxes of Whoppers instead. They're very similar, slightly sweeter, maybe a little bit crunchier. I haven't quite done a side-by-side taste test yet, and I probably should. But these will work just as well, and no one in my family is going to complain because they're Whoppers rather than Maltesers. Crush your digestives into fine crumbs. I do this in the food processor because I like fine crumbs for the Malteser squares. But, you know, do them by hand, do them in a freezer bag and a rolling pin, whichever way you prefer to do that. From the Maltesers, set aside about 10 Maltesers or so for use later on. We're going to crush those and sprinkle them over the top when it's all done. But this is it, dry ingredients done. So I have my chocolate, butter and syrup mixture here. I'm going to pour it on the biscuits, mix that up a little bit, then pour in the whole Maltesers, mix it up a bit more, and into my already prepared tray bake tin. So I press this in my tin. I'm just going to put this in the fridge for a little bit to set before I put the chocolate on top, just so that none of the oils of the chocolate bleed through into the white chocolate from this, which might happen. So we're just going to do that for a little bit, and then I'm going to melt some white chocolate and put it on top. Right, so I have my base, I have my topping, which is white chocolate, and I have my crushed Maltesers to sprinkle over the top. I like to use white chocolate just for a bit of contrast with the darker base. If you don't have white chocolate, use milk or dark. Use a mix of the two, whatever you have, whatever works for you, whatever you prefer. Just pour the melted chocolate over the top and then sprinkle over the crushed Maltesers. Right, here we go. I'm just going to set this to one side now. Let the chocolate harden and set, let the base set. Just push some of these pieces of Malteser. Make sure you push down into the chocolate so that they stick, and you don't want those falling off the minute you pick up your tray bake. Let it set, cut it into squares, and there you have it, Malteser Squares. So keep an eye out for more recipes. Subscribe to my channel, tell your family and friends, and I'll see you again soon on Traybakes and More.